Imani Tech Vehicles are a lifesaver when playing in a free mode session with griefers in GTA Online, but recently GTA has given 50 vehicles already in the game the capability to receive Imani Tech upgrades. So today in this video, I will review the updated top 6 Imani Tech vehicles in GTA Online. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the Agents of Sabotage DLC has just been released in GTA Online, and I mean, we got the stuff that we expected to get. You know, like we got some new vehicles, we got a new business, yada yada yada. But we got this bombshell. We got an absolute bombshell of an update that we weren't really expecting. And that is going to be 50 new vehicles, or 50 vehicles that were already in the game that are now given the capability to get Imani Tech upgrades. So I'm going to go over the top 6 Imani Tech vehicles, and I'm going to explain why each vehicle is relevant, why it deserves to be in the top of the Imani Tech vehicles list. But first things first, before you can actually get Imani Tech upgrades on your vehicles, you're going to need two things. Okay, let's go over to Dynasty 8 Executive. And first things first, you need an agency, right? You need an agency. So you can select an agency right here. I obviously already have an agency, but yeah, you're gonna have to purchase an agency. And I think the cheapest one, no, the cheapest one is gonna be the Little Seoul location right here. And this location is gonna be $2,010,000. That's the cheapest one. And then also you're gonna need one more thing to put Imani Tech upgrades on your vehicles. You're gonna need the vehicle workshop, which is this thing right here. And that's gonna be another $800,000. Or you can do another thing. You can do another thing if you really, really want to, even though you're probably going to get roasted by a lot of people. You can also get GTA Plus. If you have GTA Plus, you can go over to the Vinewood Club Garage right here, and you can put Imani Tech upgrades on vehicles. You can put HSW upgrades on vehicles. You can put drift tuning upgrades on vehicles. In my opinion, you should either A, already have the agency, or B, making strides to get the agency, because this is one of the best businesses in the game. And yeah, you will be making your money back pretty quickly once you get the agency. Even when you get the vehicle workshop with this, you'll still be making your money back pretty quickly. But I just wanted to get that out the way before we actually get started with our top 6 vehicles. And our first Imani Tech vehicle is going to actually come from Warstock Cash and Carry, right? This is actually really crazy. This is really crazy. This came very recently with the Agents of Sabotage DLC. Let's have the price go from lowest to highest, right? And we're just going to scroll down a little bit, and we're going to go right here to the Duke of Death. The Duke of Death with this DLC can now get a missile lock-on jammer, meaning it can get Imani Tech upgrades. See, you can see in the top left corner, missile lock-on jammer now available for this vehicle at either the Agency Vehicle Workshop, which is where we're going, or the Vinewood Club Garage. But anyways, here we are. We are at the workshop, and there we go. We can purchase ourselves a missile lock-on jammer for $400,000 on a absolutely free vehicle. So yeah, when you start out in GTA Online, like this vehicle along with the next vehicle should be at the top of the list of the vehicles that you should get very early on, or actually the first 2 vehicles you should get in my opinion. But yeah, I'm going to take this Duke of Death outside, and I'll kind of explain to you how this is going to work, how Imani Tech really works, and we'll kind of test things out too. But yeah, this is the Duke of Death right here. It kind of looks pretty badass with the lime green. But anyways, so on my other account, I'm actually going to drive this thing so you can really see how this Imani Tech will work. So yeah, as you can see, my other account is driving away with this Duke of Death. So now I'm in a Oppressor Mark II, and I can't even lock onto this thing. I can't lock onto this thing whatsoever, which is actually pretty crazy. But yeah, my other character is going to steal another vehicle just to show you that the Imani Tech, yeah, see, look. Oh, geez, my character is actually getting robbed. Here, I'll save my character real quick. So yeah, the Duke of Death being able to take 2 missiles is pretty good for a free vehicle, and actually without having to purchase armor plating, but there are better Imani Tech vehicles when it comes to that. All right, so the next vehicle that we're going to get into is going to be another vehicle that really should be used as a beginner vehicle. So let's go to Southern San Andreas Super Autos, and we need to go over to motorcycles. And this is another thing too with this past update. Before this update, there was no Imani Tech motorcycles, but now there's a ton. And there's going to be 2 motorcycles that are going to be on this list. And so let's sort by price, and we need to go down to the Pegassi Bati 801 for only $15,000. You can get the Bati 801. You can see it right there, missile lock-on jammer available. And there you go. You can see the Imani Tech upgrade for $400,000 on this $15,000 bike. That's just kind of crazy just to think about. But yeah, let's put that on. But yeah, this is another vehicle that people should use when you just start out in GTA Online. Like when you you start out, you know, you do a lot of missions and whatnot, and sometimes you might need an armored vehicle, and that's where the Duke of Death comes into play. But sometimes you might not necessarily need a armored vehicle. Sometimes you just might want things to go by a little bit faster. You just kind of want to go from one place to another in a very quick manner, and the Duke of Death is not necessarily that vehicle, but the Body 801 is much better when it comes to that. It packs a huge punch for its price. I mean, it's probably the best value in the game. But now you can get a Imani Tech vehicle, so if you're in a public session with griefers, well, you can just drive this thing around, this $15,000 bike, and just get a $400,000 missile lock-on jammer, and you're chilling. You're just straight chilling. I mean, once again, I'll show it to you. Let's get back on the Oppressor Mark II and let my other account get on the Body 801. And yeah, you can see it right there. I can't lock on. I can't lock on at all. Now, obviously, they're a very stationary target, but I can't lock on at all. It's actually really crazy. Well, once again, what if my character gets into another vehicle, right? Let's get into this vehicle. Boom, we can immediately lock on. So if there's any people on broomsticks trying to come after you, but the thing with the Body 801 compared to the Duke of Death is that the Body 801 does not have any armor plating at all. Like, I'm going to send one missile at it, and it's just going to blow up. Ready? Let's take a look. There we go. There goes my Body 801. So yeah, when it comes to starting out in GTA Online, you should already be purchasing the Duke of Death and the Body 801, but now you can actually put Imani Tech upgrades on it, which is very, very nice. So, but the next 4 vehicles are not going to be like that. The next 4 vehicles, they really pack a punch in their own right. And that's definitely the case with this next vehicle. We need to go over to Legendary Motorsport, and we need to go back over to motorcycles. We're going to get another motorcycle. Let's sort by price, sort by the most expensive, and the second most expensive bike, the Shotaro. And there we go, the Shotaro. This beautiful bike right here, and you can see it right there, missile lock-on jammer available. I remember when this bike was added into the game and it was the best bike in the game, but now it's not necessarily the case. Now you have like the Hakachu drag, you even have like the power surge. People like the power surge, and yeah, the Shotaro just kind of got left behind. But now, in my opinion, the Shotaro, it definitely has an argument. It has an argument amongst the best bikes in GTA Online, but for a very different reason. And yeah, this definitely deserves to be back in the top bikes conversation just because it can get a missile lock-on jammer. I mean, this is already one of the coolest bikes in the game. It's already towards the top of the fastest bikes in the game, but now this thing gets a missile lock-on jammer. So once again, my other account is just sitting on my Shotaro. And yeah, once again, I can't lock on. Just watch this account just drive away. I mean, we can't lock on at all. The Shotaro is a very elusive bike in the game. I mean, it's a very easy to control bike. It's a very fast bike. And now it has some more practicality with it with this missile lock-on jammer. But the sad thing, once again, the Shotaro can't take a lot of missiles, or it can't even take one. One shot, boom, it's done. But the Shotaro is a very nostalgic vehicle for me, so I'm very, very excited that this vehicle gets a little bit more life just sprung back into it with the missile lock-on jammer. There's more bikes other than the Body 801 and the Shotaro that have missile lock-on jammers, but the Shotaro by far is going to be the best bike with a missile lock-on jammer, because the Hakachu drag cannot get a missile lock-on jammer, and the power surge cannot get a missile lock-on jammer. But anyways, yeah, that's why the Shotaro has to be on this list. So we've been through 3 vehicles, and these 3 vehicles are all brand new with the Imani Tech vehicles. Before the Agents of Sabotage DLC, they did not have the capability of getting Imani Tech vehicles. They did not have the capability of getting Imani Tech upgrades. But this next vehicle was already a vehicle that can get Imani Tech upgrades, and it was actually one of the first ones that was able to get Imani Tech upgrades. And this next one, we need to go over to Legendary Motorsports, and it's actually the 6th most expensive 2-door vehicle. It's going to be this one right here, the Dewbauchee Champion. But you can see right here, Imani Tech upgrades available. And you can see the verbiage on this. So it's not saying a missile lock-on jammer is available. It just says Imani Tech upgrades are available. And this is because we can actually get more than the missile lock-on jammer when it comes to Imani Tech upgrades under the Imani Tech column. We can also get the remote control unit. So yeah, in my opinion, this is going to be the best RC personal vehicle. And just in case if you didn't know, there's a few vehicles that you can actually put a remote control unit on your personal vehicle, and this is going to be one of them. So you have this able to get the remote control unit, but this also gets some more upgrades than those other 3 vehicles that we went into, just because this is an original Imani Tech vehicle. You can get armor plating, and this can allow it to take more damage. This can take more missiles. I'm gonna have to see exactly how many missiles the Dewbauchee Champion can take, but it's gonna be more than 1. It might be more than 2. I don't know. We'll have to see. Some other people will say another vehicle would be the best vehicle that you can put an RC upgrade on, but I think the Dewbauchee Champion should be the best one just for this reason right here. The primary weapons. We can mount machine guns at the front of the Dewbauchee Champion for $297,000. And we need to go over to manage vehicles, and we need to scroll over to remote control vehicles. Click that and go down to RC personal vehicle. And this tab will only open up if one of your Imani Tech vehicles are out in the game right now, or at least out of your garage. And obviously my Champion's out of my garage, so let's click that. And now we are controlling this vehicle without actually being inside of it. And the crazy thing about this is that we're not even on the map for other players. So like if you want to mess around in free mode and kind of just troll players, you can just obviously get into an RC personal vehicle and go after them this way. But also we get mounted machine guns. So like look at this vehicle right here. Like, oh, I don't like you. You're kind of pissing me off, right? You just keep shooting it and boom. Look, this vehicle's already on fire. Then, yeah, just imagine, like, I don't know, someone is in a session. They're kind of pissing you off. They think the coast is clear, right? So you kind of just sneak up on them, right? And you can just shoot them to death, and boom. Easy kill. But now we're going to see how many missiles this thing can take. So I'm going to get on my other account at the moment. I'll pull out my grenade launcher. We'll see how many explosions this can take. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it can take 5. Whoa, 5. That's crazy. It can take 5 missiles. So yeah, the Dewbauchee Champion is going to be the best RC personal vehicle, at least in my opinion, just because you can put a mounted gun on it. And these last 2 vehicles, they should be by far the best 2 Imani Tech vehicles in the game. Let's go to Legendary Motorsport. Let's go over to the Bravado Banshee GTS. Currently, right now, I have GTA Plus, but this vehicle will cost you $1,989,500. But you can see it right here. Missile lock-on jammer available. But you can also put HSW upgrades on this thing. So yeah, the Banshee GTS, it is barely a day old as I'm recording this, but it is already the fastest land vehicle in GTA Online. It is the fastest land vehicle as far as top speed. And once again, I'm not exaggerating on that. According to Bruffy1322, who experiments with all the new vehicles and does lap times with them and tests to see what their top speed is, he clocked the Banshee GTS coming in at 172 miles per hour. That is ridiculous. But anyways, let's scroll down to Imani Tech, and as you can see right there, you can put a missile lock-on jammer on it. Be same ordeal. It would be $400,000. And with this Banshee GTS, I currently already have the HSW modifications on this thing. If you don't upgrade this to an HSW vehicle, it will not be the fastest vehicle in the game. So just keep that in mind too. I mean, it's ridiculous. 172 miles per hour, and it's 172 miles per hour for an Imani Tech vehicle. Like, what are we doing? It's a completely different animal. Like, oh my god, like I'm pretty much over here at the beach almost, and I barely was even driving. There is one bad thing when it comes to this vehicle, right? Hey, yo, bro! Did you see that? A Banshee just ran into the Banshee GTS. Bro, that guy's a hater, man. All right, but anyways, just to confirm that this does have Imani Tech upgrades on it. I mean, look at that. Can't lock onto it at all. What about you, Bus? Oh, I can easily just hit you. But unfortunately, all good things can't just be true, right? There has to be some sort of downfall with this vehicle. And the one downfall with this vehicle is that it has no armor plating. But at the same time, you have to be able to actually hit this vehicle. And one RPG just shoots right at you. You're done. That's the only downfall with the Bravado Banshee GTS. All right, so we just had the Bravado Banshee GTS coming in. It's as the fastest Imani Tech vehicle because it's, well, the fastest vehicle overall. By default, it kind of has to be the fastest Imani Tech vehicle. But there's still one more vehicle that I want to go over. There's still one more vehicle I want to go over. All right, so the number 1 vehicle is going to be under Legendary Motorsport. It's going to be a 4-door vehicle. It's going to be the second most expensive option on Legendary Motorsport. It's going to be the Obey Omnis EGT. This thing's going to cost us $1,795,000. And as you can see right there, it says Imani Tech upgrades are available. Now, before we really get into me showing off everything about this vehicle, like step away from it for a second. And I mean, on the mini map, it just looks like a normal personal vehicle. Okay. And I know this is my personal vehicle, so it's kind of like blinking like it's my own personal vehicle. But if this wasn't my personal vehicle, you'd just be getting the normal player icon. You'd just be getting this as the person just drives around. You're like, all right, cool. All right, you're just driving a normal bummy vehicle. I'm gonna blow you up. Well, that's not necessarily the case. But anyways, we're back at the mod shop. Just want to show you real quick. It does get the missile lock-on jammer. It can also be used as an RC personal vehicle, and this is a vehicle that is electric. So you are pretty sneaky if you do use this as an RC personal vehicle. I still prefer the Champion, but this vehicle is pretty good when it comes to that. But that's not why we're talking about this. But anyways, you can also get slick mines. Then you can also get armor plating on this thing too. So yeah, this is a Imani Tech vehicle that pretty much just doesn't look like an Imani Tech vehicle on the map. So you're gonna have like a dumb oppressor griefer. He's gonna try to come after you. He's gonna be like, oh, I want to blow you up. And then he tries to blow you up, but then he realizes he can't like lock onto you. And then like he's already committed, so you can't just, you know, pull away. You can't just pull back, because if he just runs away, then he looks like an absolute loser. So he's just gonna try to shoot you. He's gonna keep trying to shoot you, but he can't shoot you because you have a missile lock-on jammer. He just doesn't even know it. And pretty much every vehicle except for the Dewbauchee Champion is gonna be like that, that I've showed today. But the original Imani Tech vehicles, like it will have that special mini-map icon, but most of the Imani Tech vehicles that have been added since the original Imani Tech vehicles, they haven't gotten armor plating, or a lot of them at least haven't gotten armor plating. But the Obey Omnis EGT has. It does have armor plating. But yeah, just to show y'all that this does have an Imani Tech upgrade on it. This does have a missile lock-on jammer. Yeah, I can't shoot it. I can't lock on to this Obey Omnis EGT, even though it doesn't have like a special icon or anything like that. But yeah, as I was saying, this vehicle does have armor plating, right? And this armor plating, I think, is the best armor plating out of any Imani Tech vehicle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this one can only take 4? Okay, honestly, I was not expecting the Dewbauchee Champion to take more shots. But anyways, 4 missiles, though. Like, 4 missiles, like, coming at you from an Oppressor Mark II. Like, the Oppressor Mark II is not hitting 4 shots. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, as long as you don't wreck, like, horribly, you're not getting 4 shots on them. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. That's gonna do it for the top 6 best Imani Tech vehicles in GTA Online. I mean, with the new 50 Imani Tech vehicles, like, it's a lot. It's a lot of different Imani Tech vehicles that you kind of have to sort through now. But I think these top 6 really do pack a punch for one reason or another. But anyways, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't get to miss out on any of my King of Paleto Bay series. Make sure you check out this video right here if you want to see me start out as a level 1 in Paleto Bay in GTA Online.